Chicago Sky star Angel Reese addressed the criticism directed at WNBA players and women in sports, firing back at those who continue to undermine female athletes. In a recent episode of her podcast, Unapologetically Angel, the former LSU standout made a bold statement about the persistent negative stereotypes surrounding women in athletics. Alongside her guest, fellow WNBA player Dejounte Carrington, Reese openly discussed the public's perception of female athletes, particularly in basketball, and did not hold back in her response. In honor of Women's Month, the Sky forward and the Dallas Wings player tackled the rigid and outdated beliefs about female players. Reese pointed out that many people complained about WNBA players being too masculine and not feminine enough. She explained that critics often claimed female athletes did not dress fashionably, and that people did not want to watch games that resembled a bunch of little boys running around the court. Despite their efforts to be themselves, both Reese and Carrington expressed frustration over society's conflicting expectations. Reese remarked that when female athletes conformed to traditional femininity, they were accused of doing too much. Carrington echoed the sentiment, responding that it seemed as if people wanted them to choose between two extremes, neither of which was acceptable to the public. As the conversation continued, Reese pushed back against those who criticized the WNBA for supposedly being too masculine and called out the unnecessary focus on players' appearances. She noted that some detractors disliked their long shorts, their choice to wear braids, and even the fact that some players dated fellow athletes. However, she firmly rejected those criticisms, insisting that such claims were false. Carrington, in response to Reese's mention of dating, playfully reacted but also pointed out the inconsistency in public opinion. She explained that when female athletes made different choices, they were still seen as a problem, reinforcing the impossible standards placed upon them. The duo's candid conversation resonated with many fans, who took to social media to express their support. Several people praised their remarks, agreeing that the criticism against WNBA players was baseless and rooted in outdated gender norms. One fan commented that people criticized women's sports without any valid reason. Another expressed support by identifying as feminine, while reminding critics not to be deceived by appearances. A third fan highlighted that this era was a defining moment for women's sports, acknowledging the rapid growth and increasing recognition of female athletes. Reese and Carrington's discussion shed light on the ongoing challenges women face in professional sports, particularly in breaking free from rigid stereotypes. Their willingness to address these issues head-on further cemented their status as influential voices in the WNBA, advocating for greater respect and acceptance of women athletes in all their diversity.